Hello and welcome to I Am Woke. I'm your host, Emelina. Today we're going to be going through a channeled message from Pleiadian and Arcturian Light Collective through the Akashic Records for the Lionsgate portal on 8/8, as well as the full moon that's right on the tail of it on 8/11. We're a Pleiadian Light Collective here to position you in a place where you will be able to jump into the new portals for this Lionsgate time period. It is with utmost clarity and importance that we communicate this message at this time, for there are many portals that will be opening and closing rapidly, so that you will want to actually jump and make the jumps into one and then the next and then the next. They are not linear for you to understand that this perspective is very different than you would be accustomed to thinking or receiving on specific energetic principles that you have become accustomed to through the last several years, dear ones, especially many of you that have become into the new awakening spectrum of those of humanity that are shifting and clicking into place as a more recent system and trigger of events. It is at this time that we wish to incorporate to and with you the ability to reach into the quantum matrix, into the everything, the space between, around you that controls and acclimates to you, from you, vibrates with you, not away from you. You are not the cause and then the effect, although that can be part of it. It is you. You are the completion of the entire vibration, dear ones. You are the matrix. You are the wave. You are not surfing to ride a wave. You are the wave. You are the master creator. If we could transmit this to you, as we are now doing, in a very specific type of way and fashion, so that you may take these codes and channel them into your light bodies, so that you may have them available to then ground into the planet, so that more people like you will be able to take these codes, these transmissions, and move them into their own realities and what they perceive to be truth, then create that truth into a new reality. We know this can be a little more disjointed for the human mind, but we are speaking of it in terms of energy, because at this point, as you're watching, you are now receiving downloads channeled to you in a position that you can receive. In calculating this new reality, you will be conforming the matrix to meet you like a Play-Doh, where you are literally conforming, changing, moving the thought patterns, the feelings, the emotions, the things around you, so that you can shake the matrix and create what you desire into this world. We wish for you to understand the godlike motion that you all have inside of you, that is now being triggered and awakened as the 13th, 14th, 17th, 18th, and 19th strands of DNA and potential. This larger level of awakening are now moving into place, that are now being enlightened for many of you. For some of you, they are being implanted. For others, they are being lit up and activated. And for those of you that are totally unknowledgeable about this different level of reality, we are now just bringing your awareness to it, so that you can begin to receive new fractions of reality, so that you can see differently. The difference is important, and what some of you will not really appreciate nor realize as you're moving through it is that difference may be contrast, but that contrast is there because you need to be able to perceive differently. Now, if you would like an easier time about it and would like to reduce the struggle that some of you may be encountering now or in the past or in the future, because time is relative, as you know, we would ask you to release the struggle, to embrace the new perspective that can be embraced in any moment. For in one moment, you can be in an alignment with who you perceive yourself to be in a specific type of way. And in the next moment, or in that moment entirely, you can shift into a different state within yourself, where you say, I wonder what this would look like, what life would be should I decide that I would just shift my perspective over here and maybe perceive my reality in a way that would feel tremendously dissimilar from things that I have done in the past, but I will do them, for I'm an explorer who has decided to traverse through the universe, through time and space, into humanity and this new global universe, so that I can then find different perspectives within a human body to anchor those perspectives at the multidimensional level. And this is the reality of what you are now encountering, dear ones. The work at this time is not gentle work. It is not little work. It is big work. This is a powerful time period. You are portal jumping as quickly as you can create a new reality. It will surface and manifest right before your eyes. And it is important for you to acknowledge that embrace, you must embrace it. You must believe it can be new, that it can be true, that you can change. If you do not believe that you can change, you will not receive the change that you are looking for in your external version of reality. As you shake the matrix, you'll shake it to say, I want change. I want more money. And then if you are not available to see in a myriad of ways how you could become the person that would have more money, where things may be much less of a struggle perhaps than you have been accustomed to, if you are not willing to step into the new role, the new shoes, and check it out for a little while, you will receive its opposite. You'll receive change. You'll receive change. You'll receive destruction of change because you are unwilling to step into the newness of the developed persona that it would take to create the change, dear ones. In what ways have you decided and developed your reality? In what ways have you decided who you are based on struggle, based on past, based on trauma, based on who you were conditioned to be, who you were meant to be, what duties you were meant to fulfill? How many decisions did you make based on other people's opinions, other people's developed ideas, other people's perceptions of what you should be rather than who you want to be, dear ones? At this time, it is extraordinarily important during these portals that you get very familiar with A, who you are, and B, who you are at your higher soul self, which is who you want to become into this life. How do you want to express all of yourself, bring all of yourself to the table, hide none of it, including all those flaws that you think you have, that you are so unworthy of love. Heaven forbid you be human while you are here being human. We would extend to you the humility that comes with being human, that comes with having flaws, and the noticeable traits of those flaws are developed perfection, and that it is extraordinarily important as you are developing your new self to embrace those flaws, those intentional design mechanisms that are there to provide the shadow to the light, the contrast to your development, that are there to anchor and ground who you are in humanity as you have chosen to express yourself in this particular body 3D expression. It is like going to a crocodile and saying, become a hen, become a chicken, and looking at it and going, I don't want you to be a crocodile, but it's a crocodile. And crocodiles come with specific crocodile traits, and they're not all that kind, and sometimes they're not that lovely. And that's something for you to acknowledge. A crocodile is still a crocodile. A crocodile wanted to be a crocodile. It was born a crocodile. There's nothing wrong with a crocodile. It's a crocodile, and you are human. And it is important that you acknowledge your level of humanity so that you can share in that authenticity and radiate for everyone around you. And in doing so, you are healing yourself, others, and all parallel dimensional realities at the same time. For when you shake the matrix, you're not just shaking this timeline. You're shaking them all. Reality is very malleable, dear ones, that you make choices in every moment on what you desire to become, what you desire to embrace and bring in, what you desire to shield out, which many of you are actually shielding out what would give you the self-worth, shielding out the celebratory measures because you're thinking that life should be much more painful than it is. Well, it is because you're holding back the fullness of that which you are, dear ones, the things that you think people will judge you for, the overexalted traits, the really robust, dramatic, fun versions of yourselves that you are holding back to people please, those that you don't even like, at the office, at home, people, strangers on the street, and it would behoove you to let loose and to look a little crazy. For in that crazy, you'll begin to develop the fullness of your persona. You'll allow every strand of creative expression that wants to come from you, for you into the matrix to come out, to be expressed, and in that project and process of being expressed, it will then not be dormant and in the reality of creating drama in the background behind the scenes as your ego decides to express it, because you have chosen the conscious awareness to express it in an uncomfortable way that can be more fun because you are conscious about it rather than running it in your subconscious in a shadow-like manner. We anticipate at this time that there may be fatigue around the amount of energy that is being channeled through this message, so we will remove ourselves in a kind and loving manner. But should you decide you'd like more upgrades, you can always call on us. We'd be happy to channel to you that which would remain that you could handle at this time, space-dimensional reality, in a way that you can receive it. It is important as a parting note that we say to you to remain in complete and utter total balance at this time period. Do not sway too much in either direction of work or play or other things going on. Balance yourself within the reality. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself in all ways possible and that you are looking and perceiving in the different ways, not that things can go wrong, but in the way that things can go right, and how you can have your eye on many things that can go right, and bringing your attention to the awareness of the righteousness of those ideas. At this time, dear ones, we have completed our message. We appreciate your attention, your focus, your guidance. For those of you that don't realize, as much as we come from the heavens to guide you, you are guiding us, dear ones. Thank you for the perception and awareness that you give us, for it is like we are watching you go through a television show as you are pretending to be ants when you are gods. And in that process, we are able to glean much knowledge, for it is much easier for us to see from our vantage point from here what is so easy and plain as day to see than it is had we decided to also incarnate with you. Dear ones, thank you for guiding us. This is the most pleasant of times. You'll enjoy these portals immensely, and with this, we bid you adieu, dear ones. Goodbye. For those of you who have never channeled, the amount of energy that some of these things take through the process of channeling is pretty significant. That was a lot for me. If you like this video, please remember to like below. I would love to hear what you think, what resonated with you the most, what you're going through at this beautifully powerful time. Remember to subscribe, tap that bell for notifications so you don't miss any energy updates. And for those of you interested, I am channeling an Akashic Records healing session on August 11th on the full moon, and we are going to be bringing up and clearing at an energetic level. I'm actually going to be doing an energy clearing for the entire group, where we're going to be healing anything that is standing in your way of your highest potential across multidimensional realities, which is parallel selves and past selves, future selves, things like that. We're going to be bringing your attention to the now moment and clearing all of the patterns that you are ready to let go with extraordinary divine guidance, and resetting you on your path to your highest potential, amplifying your energy around your most powerful, highest frequencies, and raising your bottom, raising the lows, and eliminating anything that's really holding you back. I'm really excited to be doing this workshop, this intensive healing experience. Go check out the link at the top of the description below. That's where you can register and sign up there. Until next time, guys, I'll see you soon. Enjoy this beautiful month. I'll talk to you guys later.